On October 28, 2015, one of the most severe shipwrecks up to that time occurred off the Greek island of Lesbos. At least 80 people lost their lives.
In the afternoon, we suddenly heard that something happened, something big. Within a few hours, ambulance started to come at the hospital, bringing children. At least 12 children were at the time brought. It was like a war zone. Everyone was in panic. There was not enough staff. We were obliged, let's say, to assist. We were trying to assist the nurses and the doctors, trying to save the children.
"13-year-old Rezwana was also on the ill-fated boat. She and her family were fleeing from Afghanistan. She was the only one from her family to survive the disaster.
Until I will die, it will be my nightmare, this Aegean Sea. The journey even from Afghanistan, when we started, was painful. It was not easy, it was very hard, harder than we could imagine. We had a shipwreck on October 2015, and a lot of people, they lost their life. I was the only members from my family that I survived.
Rezwana was brought to the Pikpa camp, where she was cared for by social workers. Efi Latsudi, a staff member of Refugee Support Aegean and co-founder of the camp, still remembers her well.
I do remember her. She was crying, of course, all the time. It was very difficult even to approach this kid at this moment. We could only sit beside, and there was a volunteer that was also trying to hold her, because she was with her since the night that she lost her family. That day it was the peak of many incidents that were accumulating, deaths of children, deaths of mothers that we were hosting and supporting. And at this point I think that it was the harder, because we came to a point that we couldn't imagine that we will have to deal with so many deaths, and with children like Rezwana that lost so many people. For years we are dealing with deaths. Since 2014 we are supporting victims of these tragedies, but having people that lost all their family, and not one case, we are talking about tens of cases.
As an orphan, Rezwana was placed with a foster family. She then applies for asylum in Greece. After 2 years, she was able to move to Sweden to live with her aunt. It was only then that she began to truly process what she had experienced.
I think that it was a therapy for me. After 1 year, I was, again, I became to my age, my real age. I went to school for 2 years, almost more than 2 years. Yes, and I feel again that I'm a normal person, that I want to live. I think I feel happiness. Again, I feel that life is going on, blessed. The nature of Sweden gives me this feeling that I can grow up, I can born again. And everything I lived here in Greece.
Once again, Rezwana's life was disrupted. The Swedish authorities deported her back to Greece.
I didn't have any other choice. She told me, in this chair, they sent to Afghanistan. So if it was up to me that I can come to Greece or to go to Afghanistan back. If I was in Sweden and from 14 years old, I start my life in Sweden, today I was much more stronger, much more in my dreams, much more into my life.
So Rezwana's case is a very indicative case of the process of the European policies. She has been a victim multiple times. She lost her family. She was never allowed officially to join her only family members in Sweden. Then she was forcibly returned back to Greece, and she's always at the point zero. She's a very young girl, she's very strong, she's unique, the way she handles her story, her situation. But indeed, Europe has made everything to destroy her life.
When I was in Afghanistan, my father was saying to me that, oh, European, they don't think about that they're different countries, they're all together. But as I came here and as I'm living in Europe, I don't get it that we are free or we have equality. If European parliaments, if they change a little bit more laws about Dublin cases, don't be so much straight. For example, me, as I see my life, it's 8 years almost that I'm surviving. I'm trying to find my way, my dreams, my goals, but still I feel sometimes that still I'm not, I should to be 100 points, but I'm in 10 points.
Back in Greece, Rezwana contacted Refugee Support Aegean and with their help found the graves of her family.
RSA were searching to find the graves and match the DNAs, and they found for my mom and 2 siblings. After years, I wanted to know what happened. I wanted to know if they have any graves or if they have some place. Yeah, and it was, I think, it was a tough decision, but we did, and I'm happy. I'm happy that at least, I feel good when I go to the cemetery. So, and at least I feel that I have some place that I can go and feel. Because with my mom, I feel that I'm talking with her and she's listening.
Today, Rezwana is training to become a makeup artist and works as a cultural mediator, supporting refugees in Greek camps who find themselves in situations similar to hers almost 10 years ago.